You're now tuned into $1 million worth of game.
Yes, got one of my favorite youngins.
Got family on here today.
You hear me? One of my favorite youngins in the world.
Yes, talk to him.
Nle Choppa. What's
Appreciate
up, man?
that. Appreciate that.
What's
man,
up,
man?
man?
Blessed, bro. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Yeah, man. I feel real good, man.
I mean, but how can you complain every time I see you in an arena somewhere, man?
Yeah. Shaking the arena.
You know what I mean? Y'all thought this with what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wrong with
Happy
you?
feet. That boy, happy feet. You need to put him as one of your backup dancers. You know, back when we was kids, they used to call him Happy Feet in the party. Because his feet used to be on fire. He'd be dancing the night away.
Hey, dog, you stop laughing like that.
They used to call him Happy Feet.
They ain't call me no happy feet.
His feet was always happy. Every time he heard, and then I used to be like, "Cuz, you can't dance to a song." He just wouldn't miss a song. All night sweating. He the dude that be in the party all funky. Deodorant burnt out. Yeah, he was one of them dudes. All hype, sweating, dripping off everybody. Now, you know what's so great about this? Like I was talking to you before. First of all, before we get to the movie, right, which is a great accomplishment, that's major.
Thank you.
But how was you able to stay here? When I say stay here, like, you know, I always say, you know, in this game, and I tell a lot of these artists, me and Gil is like coaches. Yeah. So, you know, the coaches last longer than the player. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like your mom, she's a coach. Your mom's a coach. So it's like she, you know what I mean? Even after you decide to retire, whatever, she still got the abilities to deal with other talent or whatever, artists, whatever. So you see a bunch of people come through. And in our field, we see so many people come through. Every year is a bunch of artists that come. It seems like it's getting slimmer these years that's coming, but it used to be like 15, 20 artists that are pop in a year.
Yeah, for sure.
And when you came, you getting a lot of years in. When you came, it was a bunch of artists that popped that year.
A whole bunch.
A lot of them ain't around. You still here.
Yeah.
How do you stay? How do you stay here this long?
First thing, the most important thing is every man need God. Every single man in the world. Every time I wake up, like I pray in my dreams sometimes. Before I wake up, before I touch my phone, before I even talk, before I do anything, I'm praying. I'm thankful, cherishing the day before it even start. You know what I'm saying? And then I start my day. And then secondly, I feel like one thing my mother, she instilled in me is like the long term, not just the now. I feel like a lot of the artists, they're trying to figure out how to keep stuff going just for now. But I'm juggling and I'm finding balance within my now and where I'm heading to. So I know like I'm creating 5-10 year plans, what I want to do, what goals I want to smash. And once you start to put stuff like that in the air, the universe, God, ancestors, whoever's watching over you, they start to order those steps out. So even when it feel like you're in a space of, hey, I'm falling off here, it's just preparing you for your next that you already asked for. So I feel like that's been the most important journey with me. Yeah. You know, I feel like even when God has stripped me of things and I felt like, you know, I lost something, it wasn't because I lost it for real. It was just he was preparing me for my next. And then everything I felt I lost, it got restored times 10 because the things I had to build outside of what I was mainly focused on, it's helping everything to come all together as one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for instance, like I remember at 16, 17, I had lost my Instagram. That was my main way of promoting, getting and connecting to my fans. I got banned. I'm still banned to this day. I had like 3.7 million followers. My only platform. No Twitter, no TikTok wasn't even like really there at the time. No Snapchat, no nothing. It forced me to plant other seeds. Twitter, TikTok had just bloomed. I had made TikTok and all this different, but I thought I was being punished. But the whole time, God wanted me to build other things so everything can come back as one. So, you know, I feel like the two things to your questions is God and then playing the longevity game, because that's when you really win. Who's still here? And I'm still here.
You still young, right? And we come from the black culture. The black culture is extremely critical towards black people.
Extreme.
Extreme.
That's not an understatement.
Listen, and when success comes, it's like it go from just the regular round the way guy getting criticized for thinking outside of the box to from a 10, to 10,000, the criticism. And it's like everybody, like we're taught, growing up in the ghetto, we taught, you can't do this or you're not black. You can't do that or you're not black. Don't think this way or you're not black. Don't go over here, you're not black. Don't wear this or you're not black. Don't say this or you're not black. It's like, we got these restrictions on us where
we got curses.
I'm talking about every way if we decide to grow in any type of way, we're no longer black.
Because we curse.
And but before I get to that, what I'm trying to get to is like, when did you get to the point when in your mind, you turned your button on and you broke it, call like that?
Because I realized that was holding me back.
Okay.
That's deep.
That's deep.
I was holding on to pretty much what I was programmed to be. Like you said, where we come from, we taught to just be hella gangsterized and just extremely just like confrontational to things that we ain't even got to be confrontational towards. We lack freedom. We can't even do things without, man, homies might not fuck with this. Homies might not fuck with this. Like, we lack freedom. We lack going within, that's what God is. Once you go within and find who that person is on the inside, those inner voices, you either got yay or nay in your head. And even when you find God, you still gonna have yay or nay in your head. It's up to you to choose which one is, for the greater good. I started to realize I wasn't free. The moment that I had to feel like if I did something, not even like on no check-in, like, bro, is this cool? Like harm me or something. It's just simply like, if I was to do something, damn, what if he laugh at me? It could be as simple as that. Like, what if I get joked on about it? Like, I felt like, man, why am I going outside of myself for validation? When I hit my knees and pray, I'm getting the intuition from prayer. So if I'm praying for something and I'm getting the intuitive thought to do something after prayer, that's God speaking to me.
Right.
So me getting validation from you after my intuition just told me what to do is basically going against God. Right? So, I mean, once I started to figure out that, I was like, I'm gonna do what my heart is guiding me to do. And in that process, I feel like I lost a lot of homies, cause not even because like some supported me, but it's just it's still to the thing of the nature is like, you supporting me, but I still don't think you understand. You can be like, that's just him. He gonna do what he do. But some people don't understand the real fight on the inside that I go through. We have been cursed. Right. We have been programmed, and we have been watered the wrong way. And it's affected a ton of us. Not like thousands, like millions of black people are behind because we are seeking validation outside of ourselves. But then you go in other cultures, and the thing that we shame on, they're doing. They're doing. They're doing.
Individualism, we shame on that. And you know what's crazy? This what I find so crazy. You 23 now, right?
22.
22.
I'm 23 this year.
23 this year. All right.
Speak life of me, please.
Yeah. So think about this. What I find that is so up and so ignorant and so stupid with our culture, everybody would salute you and, respect you and honor you if you was running around your neighborhood shooting. If you was running around your neighborhood shooting, doing dumb shit, having your mom panicking every time you leave the house because she waiting for the phone call for the police to call or the coroner to call, everybody they'd be like, oh, what the is the matter with us? And I want it from a young perspective, because when you speak, you're speaking for so many young people. Yeah. Me and Gil know something, but it's better to hear from your perspective, because it's like we salute dumb and growth. We look at growth like it's crazy if it's not some ignorant.
Yeah. Man, I cleaned up enough to the point to where people forgot I used to be dirty. And that's a blessing.
That's a blessing.
Like, people can say what they want. They can say, oh, he's this now, he's that now. But I really come from that. Like, genuinely, like, deeply. And it don't matter what area of Memphis I was in or where I moved to or where I went to, I genuinely come from it. I've seen every side of it. Physically been on both sides of the gun. All of these things.
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by Planet Fitness. Everybody can get strong at Planet Fitness. High-value memberships that support any fitness journey as low as $15 a month. There are over 2,700 club locations, with most clubs open 24 hours. Best-in-class equipment has the same high-quality equipment as other more expensive gyms for a workout, from strength training to cardio and stretching. From brand new plate-loaded machines, hack squats, calf raises, talk about bench press, they got everything. It's very friendly, welcoming staff, unlimited free fitness training. So where would you rather be than Planet Fitness? I'm just saying, it's a great workout, great environment, great equipment. You know what I mean? We all strong. We can all get strong at Planet Fitness. Join today in club, online, or free PF app. You hear me? Hours, amenities, and offers vary by club. PlanetFitness.com, or stop by a local club for more information. Planet Fitness, the best way to get in shape. Right. This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by New Amsterdam Vodka. Now, life ain't going your way. Shout out to New Amsterdam Vodka. You caught your woman cheating today. Shout out to New Amsterdam Vodka. You thought that check was coming and it didn't come your way. Shout out to New Amsterdam Vodka. This is distilled 5 times. It's filtered 3 times for that clean, crisp finish. Now, you could drink it straight up. You could drink it on the rocks. You could drink it with juice, soda, or you could just make a classic New Amsterdam mule. That's up to you, but when you're out and about at your local liquor store, you know what not to do. Don't you walk past that New Amsterdam Vodka. Nope, you scoop it up, you get it to the counter, boop, you get it home, and you drink it to the way of your choice. New Amsterdam Vodka, the official vodka of Barstool Sports. Shout out to the New Amsterdam Queen, too. Be at the crib doing a thing with her girlfriends. You know what I mean? All types of cocktails and things. So when you're out and about, make sure you get you some New Amsterdam vodka. Right?
But I feel like the thing that's keeping us in glorification of it is just like, bro, it's just, I don't think it's no one, and it's hard to even say I don't think it's no one that has showed another way. I just think it's just, first and foremost, I feel like I didn't understand that I was wrong until I had to realize I was wrong, if that makes sense. Yeah. Until I looked in the mirror and realized, hey, bro, this wrong. You ain't living right. Take accountability for this. You feel this is right? Do you genuinely feel this is right? I had to start doing measures of that nature, and nobody is willing to take that measure. And it's like, the more we preach it and the more we try to warn and do these things, it's like nobody's still getting it.
No, but I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you, Neff. For us, right, you know, we get a youth game, which is guidance, attention, motivation, and education. And we be out and we bump into young who just start crying right there on the spot. Like, man, and like, I was gonna go kill some man. And I seen some and said, man, and that stopped me from killing them niggas. That's what mean the most to us. It don't even matter if it's 1, if it's 100, if it's 1,000, 10,000. In this world of billions of people, we understand that we helped probably save some lives just by some words. And so it is a very small percentage, but it is some young that it's getting to. Yeah. Because we bump into them and they like, dog, you don't understand. It be deep stories they be saying, man, they killed my man and I was feeling like a bitch. And I just seen Wallo say he forgave his brother Killer. And I had to let that shit go, man. I had to really, you see the pain in their face of wanting that get back. Wanting that lick back, but it's like I gotta live for him instead of die for him. You know what I'm saying?
1000%.
So,
and I feel like too, I'm not opposed to that. I feel like it's people that get the message. I feel like when people speak, it's a lot of people that receive it and starts to move accordingly. But I also think it's mainly in the youth.
Absolutely.
It's mainly in the youth.
Absolutely.
And I feel like, not saying like the adults should catch along, but it's more so, I think that should be the main focus point, because once these guys reach a certain age, I can't even put age on it. Once they reach a certain level of just going through that cycle, that maturity of going through a cycle, it's harder for them to let go of stuff because they're getting dirtied up every day. Every other day, it's getting more dirt on the surface. So it's harder to clean it. But I'm in agreement with you on that, because my goal is, before I talk to anybody, I want to talk to someone under the age of 18. Most importantly, really close to like 12, 11, because that's really where they starting to get going.
Real talk.
Like, where I'm from, they stealing cars, hopping in cars, 8, 9, 10. They catching bodies from anywhere from 12, 13. That's when they getting their dick wet. For real.
Real talk.
So it's like, if you catching them around that age, like, I feel like for sure, like, I feel like the turnaround rate is at a higher percentage.
Right.
But, man, I ain't gonna lie, you got until generally like they around that 17, 18 mark before it starts to just, it's at the point of no return.
And
it's real. Until life hit them on their ass, and they have to go through it, and then they have to really go through and deal with the karma. Nobody understand karma no more. I can smack the shit out of somebody. I promise you. If it ain't served right as soon as I smack the shit out of him, something is coming.
You're gonna pay for that.
Something is coming. If it's done out of wrong, for sure. If I'm defending myself, God knows your heart. But if I'm doing something spiteful, that shit come around. Once I understood karma, that's when I said, I ain't gotta do nothing street related. I ain't gotta do nothing. Y'all can call me gay. Y'all can call me whatever y'all wanna call me. Y'all can call me a hoe, whatever. But once I figured out that karma is real, and that come around, time 10 for real. But hell no. I said, let's stop playing.
Right.
Now
Hold on. Let me reiterate on something he said. You know what I'm saying? Even a lot of times when they go through it, they still don't get it yet when they're young, because you understand, we go into the jails, all that shit, to talk to the youth. And we go up to Youth Study Center, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's called, right?
Me too. I'm taking them science walks with you, schools,
all that
juvies.
shit.
And it's these kids in there, right? And all of them is like, they in the gym or whatever, right? And when you look around, you see very few kids that's like, I f***ed up in this joint. They like, you see the kids, some of the kids, they just like, they more to themselves, they just like, but for a lot of them kids, man, that's like, they away at camp. That's like, they away at camp. And then you got this one part of the jail that we go to where all the youngins is facing real
Finna have to go to big boy jail.
right? They ain't got no life in that. You walk in there, all of them is like, because they now understand that my life is damn near done.
Yeah.
I'm going from here to the big boy jail, and I'm probably going to get a 20 to 40.
My life.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? The only reason why I'm not getting life is because the crime I committed, I was 16 or I was 15, so they probably gonna give me life, but by the time I get the out, I'm gonna be 40 years old. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But when we go in there and talk to them, that shit be so dark and just gloomy and deep. It just, no life in that fucker. It's just, and even we trying to talk to them and give them some life, it's just like, they look at you and they receptive to that, but it's like, oh, yeah, I'm done.
Because it ain't nothing you can do at that point.
Right, it's like, I'm done, man.
And that's what I mean, the point of no return. It's just like, it's kind of done. It's not done, but it's like it's done for that time period.
And it's what make it so deep is that you got these kids, they locked up, they in the same situation, right? But they know they going home soon. They might got a year, they might got 2 years. They know they going home soon. So this shit's still a game to them. And then right over here is the kids, they locked up in the same jail as them, but they ain't coming home and they got no life.
Yeah.
It's no energy in this motherfucker. It's like they don't even talk to each other in that motherfucker. It's just like, and it's just like, eventually, a lot of them kids that's in this, that's having fun out there, they
end up in their shoes, yeah.
And it's crazy. It's just the cycle that, because when they supposed to be getting it right over here and understanding that, man, I'm about to be locked up from the age of 14 to 16. They don't even understand that I'm supposed to be in the real world doing real, going to school for real, being able to open the refrigerator door for real, being able to go to the movies for real, being able to pull up Netflix at the house for real. It's that's none of that is not registering with them yet.
Gillie, you want me to tell you something? I think the biggest problem with the youth and with our community right now is that we are not being trained to know who God is and know what prayer is. People, see, I think people underestimate the power of knowing that it's a higher power, and they also underestimate the protection that we get through just holding our hands here, wherever you want to hold them, however you want to do it, and just speaking something over you. They don't know the power of the tongue and how important it is before you even step outside your crib to speak protection, blessings and abundance, and all of these different affirmations that keeps you uplifted before you even walk out the house.
Right.
Ain't nobody doing that no more. And it ain't about going to church. It ain't about reading the Bible at this point. It's about sitting down and understanding that God is within you, having them conversations and finding him within you. So you can understand that you protected after that, because at the end of the day, bro, God gonna always send, what you just explained was the warning before destruction. You got some sitting in there for daycare, and you got some finna go over there to the big boy.
Real talk.
This podcast is brought to you in part by Stash. Saving and investing can feel impossible, but with Stash, it's not. It's just reality. It's easy. Stash isn't just an investing app. It's a registered investment advisor that combines automated investing with dependable financial strategies to help you reach your goals faster. They'll provide you with personalized advice on what to invest in based on your goals. If you want to just sit back and watch your money go to work, you can opt with the award-winning expert-managed portfolio that picks stocks for you. Stash has helped millions of Americans reach their financial goals and start at just $3 per month. Don't let your savings sit around. Make it work harder for you. Go to get.stash.com/dollars to see how you can receive $25 towards your first stock purchase and to view important disclosures. That's getstash.com/dollars. Paid non-client endorsement. Not representative of all clients and not a guarantee. Investment advisory services offered by Stash Investments, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk. Offers is subject to T's and C's. This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by DraftKings. Who's scoring big in the NBA this season? You are. With the all-new ways to get into action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sportsbook betting partner of the NBA. DraftKings is the home of NBA props, so you can get behind your favorite player any which way. From monster slams to dishing the rock to cleaning the glass, it's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking an NBA player prop. Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers. Bet $5, just $5, and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Take it to the rack with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code GILLIE. You hear me? GILLIE. That's code GILLIE. New customers get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Put it on where it right.
Yeah, bro. And a lot of people, I think the disconnect is people think it's hard to build a relationship with the Most High. It's just a simple conversation. It's just a simple thank you. God love gratitude. That's the main thing, that this whole world, the universe that He created, that's the whole thing that keep it going. When you just simply say thank you.
And I just want to commend you, right? Because you came out, you was making gangster, you know, and then it was a transition. And when you started transitioning, right, the internet, they wasn't feeling your transition. They wasn't, and they was trying to put a lot of mustard on your jacket, a lot of slander on your name. And 10 out of 10 young black men that come from where we come from, when they get that type of hate, when they get that type of slander, they back down. They run away from that. They automatically say, man, let me get in my bag, man. Let me get the people what they say they want. When you say, fuck what y'all talking about, this is what I'm doing. And if you don't like it, you just don't like it, then it ain't for you. And you embraced it. And to see you come out at shows and embrace it and see that this internet shit ain't real. Because when I come out at the show, I don't know, it be looking like a sea of, I don't know how many you perform in front of. I'm keeping it real. It be looking like a sea, an ocean of, and they had to see you night after night after night after night after night say, y'all said this wouldn't work, and throw it in their face and show them that it ain't about what the fuck y'all talking about, it's about what I'm doing. And about it's 7-8 billion on planet Earth. Just because you don't like my, that don't mean that 3-4 million out here around the world ain't gonna like my. So what gave you that confidence at 22 years old to be like, man, fuck what y'all talking about?
You want me to tell you why?
Yes.
Tell you why?
Yes.
The beginning of that year, of last year, I lost, I think 5 to 6 people in January. I think one, it had to do with mental health. 2 or 3, it had to do with some street shit. I lost my grandfather, and I was losing.
Yeah.
Just put it like that.
Yeah.
That was my January. And then outside of the people I lost to some street, I lost a real close friend of mine.
Yeah.
A close friend that I warned him every day about certain things. I was on him. I challenged him to be a better person every day.
Yeah.
And everybody around know. And I spoke nothing but life on him. I tried to keep getting him on the vibration on the tip that I was on.
Yeah.
And it was a little hard for him. But it's all good, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give my dog grace because
Rest in peace, man.
that's his life. That's his walk. I lost him after warning him about someone that I warned him about a whole year. But it's good though. Things happen. That's how things happen. That's that. That's still my dog, regardless. But where it hit was a few weeks in January when we had to bury him. I had to sit at the funeral, and I sit beside their moms. Don't nobody else sit beside their mom.
Right.
I sit purposely beside the mom every time. When the funeral happens with one of my guys, if they pass away, I go beside the mom. So I can feel the moms cry. I can feel the hurt. I can feel it. And whatever translates to me in that moment is what keep my on the right path, fool, because I got my mother over there.
Right.
So when was asking me, bro, drop some gangster, drop this, bro, I'm dealing with gangster in real life, fool.
Right. We
really dying, fool. really dying, bro. I just want to hear this, and don't get me wrong, I love making gangster music,
Right.
but that ain't all of what I'm just about. That's some people holding on to.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in the space of recording music, God was speaking to me. He was taking me back to that moment. He was like, you know, just do something different this time. Your soul saw that. Your spirit felt it. What do you want to do about that? And I'm like, you know, I don't gotta make a positive song. I don't have to make a gospel song. I just wanted to make a song that was different from the lifestyle that I keep glorifying, that I'm saying it's not getting us nowhere.
Right.
So I went in the studio, I made some that sounded as freaky as possible, as less feel as possible, but it was simply just confidence.
Right.
I was just feeling myself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to separate from gangsterism, and as more I tried to detox from it, I started to realize, you know, guys, you made a beautiful individual. I see no flaws. Even when I have flaws, I still think I'm perfect. It's things I can work on, but I know even my flaws is perfection. Because one day it's going to keep getting, the more I tend to it, it's going to be just as good as my good. So when I was making that song, it was personal to me because didn't nobody understand that if I was a bad bitch, I want to fuck me too, came from me having to lay my dog down. Nobody understood that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was personal to me. So once that, and I knew it was a hit song regardless, but that shit was personal to me. I was in the space of not wanting to rap about murder around that time.
Right.
When I'm knowing how karma, where I see my dog passing, I know if I go stick my neck out and I go get some touch about that, then I'm falling in the same bracket of all these other that's going to jail.
Absolutely.
Or dying.
Absolutely.
And then it's free Nle Choppa for 1 week and then y'all forget
It's
about
over.
me.
It's over.
Absolutely.
And then it's rest in peace to Nle Choppa for a week and then y'all forget about me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They run your streams up for 2 months, then you're done.
Nobody gonna check on your mom, none of that.
Right.
Nothing.
Because I'm going to keep it
Nobody-
all the way real. I just want to say this.
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by Uber Eats. Introducing exclusive eats only on Uber Eats. Every week, Uber Eats is teaming up with your favorite brands to drop LTO items and exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. This week, Uber Eats has partnered with Dave's Hot Chicken to bring you mini sliders served on mini potato bun with kale slaw, pickles, and drizzled with Dave's sauce. Available in no spice, medium, or hot. Get free Dave's Hot Chicken mini slides when you spend $30 plus on Uber Eats until April 23rd. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Stay tuned and stay hungry for the next exclusive Eats drop. So just know, Dave's Hot Chicken is blessing you. You call Dave's Hot Chicken, you order $30 worth of food. Oh, guess what you getting? Ooh, mini sliders. Hot, mild, regular, however you want it. So make sure you tap into Uber Eats, introducing their exclusive Eats only on Uber Eats. The best way to get your food delivered. Right. This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by Jackpocket. Ordering official state lottery games has never been easier. Thanks to Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app. Powerball, Mega Millions, State Lottery Pick, 3 or Pick 4, you name it, they got it. The Jackpot Lottery app is great because you can order tickets whenever you want right on your smartphone. New customers, you get your first $5 lottery ticket free with code Gillie. Gillie. Make sure you spell it right. That's code Gillie for your first lottery ticket on Jackpocket. Download the app today. Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app.
Because you on that point right there. Man, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, man. Rest in peace to Takeoff, man. Because I don't really see nobody really throw them up no more, really shout them out no more, really show them no love no more. You know what I mean? Definitely. When you gone, they always put up gone but not forgotten. No, it's a lot of times you be going and forgotten. Right. So I just want to put that out there. Shout out to Pop Smoke, you know what I mean? Shout out to Biggie Smalls and Tupac, Big L, you know what I mean? A lot of people lost their life in this hip hop game.
And I'm glad you said that because you want to know who the person that's still trying to do it and still trying to keep their names alive? Me. I just made a whole dedicated post to all them guys you just named last month.
That's what's
That's
up.
real.
Then I was just at Marathon Burger showing love to Black Sam and uplifting him for what he was doing.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Marathon Burger.
Shout out to Black Sam, that's my
man.
joint.
Yeah, man.
That's our guy.
That vegan burger. Whew.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you know, it's great to see you doing your thing now. Now, what's interesting is you say you highly successful in music. Now you say, I'm going over here to the acting world. How did that come about? Where did that start from?
Man, it started when I used to go to the movie theaters. This after I blew up in rapping and I started to feel like I developed a passion for movies. I think it stemmed from me making music videos, and I was always, people was always like, oh, these music videos dope. I can see them in movies because sometimes I break up little skits or whatever.
But was you writing your music video? Was you the
I directed
it?
treatments,
All right.
And then it came to a point where I go sit down in the movie theaters and then I look at the movies on the big screen. I'd be like, I wish I was in that. And I'd be like, man, I wish I could have played that role. And once I started to say that, I took heed of myself. I was like, oh, damn, I want to be an actor. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it sounded like to me. So,
but I could have seen you. I could see you in like the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's.
I could see you in something like that. Like you'll blend right into that joint.
Yeah, man. So I think that's where it stemmed from. Just looking at movies and like smiling at them and appreciating art. I appreciate art. I don't think there's no such thing as anything in an artistic manner that's bad. I can't call a song terrible. I can't call a movie bad. It's just one of my preference. But, you know, I look at art in that aspect. And once you start to appreciate art, you start to get inspired. And I got inspired, man. So fast forward, man, my first full-length movie, March 28th, Black Heat. I'm in there with Jason Mitchell.
I seen the trailer.
Yeah, man. And I told Jason Mitchell, I was like, man, it was crazy because when I was like 13, 14, or like 12 or something, I cried in Straight Outta Compton when Eazy-E died. Like, that shit touched me, bro. I cried, bro.
Now you're in the movie with him.
Man, what? Full circle. I told him that. I walked up to him. I said, bro, like, looked him dead in his eyes, bro. Like, my nigga, I cried watching you on the screen. Now I'm in a movie with you, bro. That's God, bro.
From the trailer, though, it looked like you did your thing. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
It looked like, I ain't gonna lie, it looked like you did your motherfucking thing.
How was it? You had the audition. How did the process go?
So, man, I'm glad you asked that, man. I was, I auditioned for like 4 movies before that. And I did the taping, set up the camera, memorized the script, had the ring light, and I'm just in my own room, just like this with a camera in front of me, and I'm just going over the lines. I did for the Mike Tyson movie. I was just telling them, I was talking with the lisp, and I was like, yeah, I need your heart out. I kill you. I you, white boy. Like, I really channeled that and was good. I wanted to play Young Mike. I feel like I killed it, bro. I ain't played that fucking role though. Like, bro, when I killed the auditioning, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I ain't get that role, and like the other 4 that I auditioned for, I ain't get the role, and I'm like, man, you know what? Fuck this. I'm like, man, I'm gonna just go do my own thing. I'm gonna make my own movie, and ever since then, I have been doing that. But a week or so, a few weeks later, God knocked on the door, and you know, when no one else seen your worth, God for sure has sent someone that sees it. And the guy that wanted me to play in Black Heat movie actually went to school with my mother. He's a Memphis native, and he told me I didn't have to audition. He said he seen me, and he didn't see not one audition tape. He just saw me, and he knew I was the one for that role, and that restored me.
That's crazy, because that's what Ving Rhames seen me on YouTube. I don't know, you know the actor Ving Rhames, Baby Boy, he choked Tyrese.
Yeah.
He seen me on a YouTube video and called somebody from New York. Like, yo, you know Gillie? They like, yeah, I know Gillie. They gave him my number. He left me a DM. This is Ving Rhames. I repeat, this is Ving Rhames looking for Gillie. I'm like, what the fuck out of here, man? No fucking Ving Rhames. He be looking for me for, right? My man said, bro, you got like couple 100 million views on YouTube. It's possible he could know you.
Yeah.
I call back. I speak to Ving Rhames. He like, this Gillie. Yeah. So I'm like, wait, God damn, this dude sound like the from the movies, though. He like, I want you to come to Cali. So I'm like, all right. So I flew out to Cali, and that's when he put me in the movie, me and Nipsey, Hustle, in a movie.
Okay.
Rest in peace to Nip.
Hard.
Where he was our dad. We was beefing in the streets. We didn't even know we was brothers.
Hard.
We go to the pen, we find out we brothers at the end. And just like you said, when God wants somebody to find you,
Yeah.
and I had never acted in my life. You gotta understand, when I got there, they wasn't even respecting me because like I was the only one there that didn't have to try out for the movie. Ving was like, no, that role was his. And then after we get on set and I go through the role, there's some gang You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we go through the role, they like, cut. Oh, Gillie, that was great, Gillie. Oh, let's do another. Now I'm in. You feel what I'm saying? But I didn't have to audition either.
Yeah.
But I had to earn their respect when I got there.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
And I see the expectations.
You know
see
what I
the
mean?
expectations.
Right. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I understood what you mean when you say if God wants somebody to find you, they gonna find you.
So.
Cause I sure wasn't gonna never hit that phone back until my man said, bro, it's possible he might know you. And then I'm still like, man, what the f is you talking about, man? Speak to Ving Rhames. Like, you gotta understand, I just talked to Ving 2 days ago. And this was in 2009 when he called me. So that's how long, and he put me in like, I think 8, 10, some movies, like 8 or 9, 10 movies. I don't remember exactly how many, but that's how long we had a relationship. Just off of him seeing me on YouTube and taking a liking to me, off of my personality. So when God wants somebody to come your way, he'll send them your way, man.
1000%.
Now this is starting to. This is your career starting to more and more movies. You still so now did that opportunity say, oh no, let me get some more auditions. I got to get back to this. Did they have you like you got to get back to this? You ready to take some more auditions now?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't came back to that space yet with the auditions. I'm gonna be honest, but I feel like if it's something that comes across me that I feel like is genuinely worth auditioning for, I'm putting that camera up and I'm gonna audition for it.
Right, cause you do it at home.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do when you audition, do you just learn your lines, or when you going through the audition, or do you go do both people's lines?
I do both people.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
I had to do that one time, and I didn't even have to audition, because Ving got me the spot, but the people called me behind Ving back and was like, Gillie, would you mind doing the audition tape? And I was like, no, I wouldn't, because I'm willing to get the role off of myself. And I ain't even tell Ving. Then when I told Ving, he was ready to snap out. I'm like, no, Ving, I got it. They already called back, said they love it, but I wanted to get it on my own. And he respected that. But when I did the audition tape, I'm doing both roles. So Tommy, don't go in there, fuck that, I'm going in there. Why you gonna go in there? They gonna kill you. I don't give a I ain't worried. Yeah, I'm just making it up, but that's how I'm doing it, like going back and forth. I know they line, I know my line, so I wanted to find out, was you doing the same thing? That's dope.
Did you improv in there anywhere? You put your own flavor in there? Went off the script?
You got to.
Yeah.
You got to. And it was certain moments where I come to director, I'd be like, yo, I really love this.
But I wouldn't say it like that.
But no, not even that. It's like, I love this, but I'd be on like, cause what I was doing was I learned my character.
Right.
So I want to know the backstory. I want to know why is he this way? How was he raised? You know. So I was like, man, fuck with this, but I think he would do this in this situation, or he would say it like this. Are you cool with that? And he was like, yeah, that sounds good. Like, yeah, try it. I'm like, all right, boom. And when I do it, when we play it back, he be like, that was a good call. but it's very seldom. You know, I always like to. I don't want to never step on toes, but when I get something and I love it, I start to like really love it, and I'm like, nigga,
So
I'm this.
once you on set too, you know it's gonna be multiple takes.
Yeah.
So what I would always do was, and then they start understanding what I was doing. I would always get the first couple takes. I'm giving them what's on script, and then I'm like, can I just do one? Now I'm giving them what I feel like the character would say, and then they would be like, oh, that was good. Gillie, can we get the that I'm coming over line again?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, you ready? And then now they want stuff that you brought out to character, to, you know what I'm saying? They want that now. Yeah. They might even keep some of what they got and then add some of what you put in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I always would do.
Yeah.
Did you write any movies yet for you?
So
for your director debut?
I'm glad you said that because I shot this movie like what 3 years ago. The movie that's coming out now.
Yeah.
So once I shot it, and I was like, you know, I don't want to wait for this to come, and it's just like out of nowhere, I got a movie. I wanted to put in some of my own work to meet it halfway. So in the process, I started to do things. I created a short film called Nightmare on Cottonwood. That's like, it's over like 10 million views on YouTube. I put it on YouTube. It's like 20, 30 minutes long. It got Casanet, Funny Marco, Sukiana, Charleston White, crazy ass. Few people, man. Who else? Ben the Don, the one, the guy that was on.
I know what it is.
Yeah, Ben the Don. A lot of those guys was in that Nightmare on Cottonwood short film, 30 minutes. Smashed it. Then I did another short film last year called The Wash, where it was inspired by, you know, Snoop.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yep, Snoop and Dre, The Wash. I did a short film of that, like around 40 minutes, where I got a cameo for Lil Wayne in there. I got Sukiana again. Man, a lot of people, bro. It's so many. It's like strong cast, and it's curated and handcrafted, produced, directed. You know, shout out to Ben Mark and me. Like, we really put those two things together. And then I also just did another film where I took 1.2 million of my own money and put it into it. I did a full length one. And then
You ain't putting that on YouTube though.
No, hell
I
no.
was about to say
do that.
because you gotta understand.
Hell no, not that one.
I got a movie right now. It was on Tubi, right? And it's called Blood Brother, but I ran it through the circuit. Like, Tubi is just the last, that is just the last outlet that is hitting.
But Tubi is real good. Yeah,
but what I'm saying is,
yeah.
I ran that fucker through the circuit, got my money back, like over and over and over again. You feel me? So with so many streaming platforms out here, and that you could rent your movie out, they could rent it, they could buy it, they could however they want. If they want it forever, they could pay this much. If they just want to watch it one time, they could pay that much. So you saying you did, I did 30 million on this. If you did 600,000 just in rented and download sales to buy.
See, and that's a great point. But the main thing that I wanted to do was, like, when I did the first 2 short films, was like make it accessible to everyone. Right. I know, like, people could easily just hop on YouTube, from kids to elders, and just get on YouTube and just see what's see what's going on and watch it without having to pay a subscription or anything. But in the same token of me doing that, it creates more bang for my buck for once I come and sit down with a streaming service, because I'm not finna just put one. You finna get Lil Bruh and them too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If I got a full-length movie, and
that's what I'm talking about, the full length. You know what I mean? That's an hour and a half.
But once I do the full length, I'm gonna say I got 2 siblings right here
minutes.
too. So I need all 3.
Right, absolutely.
And it could be like, it's way more bang. And I already did good on YouTube. My YouTube goes towards recoupment. With my contract, because it's whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I know what you're talking about.
But the movie is still independently done.
Yeah.
It's still mine. Right. So I could take it wherever.
That's major. Yeah. Now, moving forward, how's the music? How's the music you've been working on?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like the most humblest way. I don't think too many fucking with me, bro.
I knew you were about to say that. I'm about to kill again. Cause you just been killing. I ain't gonna lie.
So,
not even like think like I know, bro. Ain't nobody with me.
What you have created, what was the team involved? Producers? Do you got, producers? Do you got any features? Like, what was the whole team involved with this, the stuff that you got in the vault?
I really been in the space of like, from a producer standpoint, whoever can bring the idea to life. I ain't looking for no big name. I'm not looking for in the most humblest way. Like if it works, it's a lot of dream producers I want to work with for sure. But sometimes I just feel like if I feel like it's like I never want to feel like I'm begging somebody to with me. And like I feel like a lot of times some people overlook the marathon I'm running to the point to where it's like people that's temporarily right now that's like scorching, that's pretty much their focus or their primary, which is cool. I have nothing to do with that. But in the meantime, I can't, just wait for you to see where the gold is, if that makes sense. Yeah, so like from production, it's really, I've genuinely been producing. Like I say, I want it like this, I want it like that. I'm not getting on the computer, but I want it like this. I need that there. We need keys here. We need that. So I'm getting hand in hand with whoever I feel is ready to bring the idea to life, and I'm producing it if I'm being 100. And then when it comes to features, it's like, you got the people that's, like I said, they on the high horse. It's cool, live it out. Not saying it's wrong, it's right, but I either wait for you to come around, but in the same token, I gotta find out who could get on this song that makes sense, or who could do this. So like that's the creative process I've been in. But as far as outside of that, like by myself, I'm raw.
Right, you don't need nobody. So like, what I'm saying is I can't even picture no being on the high horse with you. And maybe they do sometimes, maybe, I don't know. But like when I look at the young that's out here running the game, I look at you as one of the that's at the top of the list.
For sure.
So
it's generally like only two at the age standpoint.
Right, and what I'm saying is, when I look at a motherfucker as running the game, right, I'm not talking about no streams, man. I'm talking about how often are you booked? Because let's be for real, we live in a world now where most artists, not all of them, but probably 85, 90% of them make most of their fucking money off of shows. So if you ain't booked, you really not that good. Every time I look up, you're booked. You're, and like I said, it's a whole
I could be booked way more, but I'm just, she know how that email look.
Email crazy.
She know what them show prices going to.
Right.
It's getting to the point though, it's like, I'm valuing my longevity and my rest to a point to where I don't want to be here and there. But if I wanted to, I can have something to do every day of this whole year, every single day.
Right.
But when you speak on the music I'm working on,
incredible. Well, if you stay focused and you always in the studio and you 22 years old, you still 4 years away from your prime, bro. Think about that. Think about what you know right now at 22 years old, and you a smart, intelligent fucker, man. Imagine where your mind gonna be at and all the shit you gonna have seen and much more you have done at the age of 26. Feel me?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, keep kicking it.
Keep doing your thing.
Keep doing whatever the fuck you wanna do out here.
So.
That's what's most impressive to me, cause we only get one shot at this.
So.
Feel what I'm saying? We only get one shot at this, and when you die, they not pulling no U-Haul truck up behind you. the car with the casket with your money in it, and they not pulling up the 9 Bentleys to go into the grave with you, none of the jewelry. You only do this once, man. So lit this up. Don't have no mishaps. When I go, whenever I go, I'm like, I did everything, man.
For sure.
And
I'm at peace with it.
I'm at peace with it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
It's the
saying?
best thing you can be.
Real talk. I'm at peace with it because I put the work in and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Don't never not enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because when you work as hard as we work to be successful, you have to enjoy that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Movies, music. What you doing next? You doing some model for some clothes?
You know,
I seen him runways.
I'm developing my own luxury clothing brand. Huge.
I already see you got the sneaks. How they want sleeve?
Huge. Independently.
Yeah.
Black owned.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man.
On the right path with it.
Now I want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the background
Mom,
too, that's
we hold it
supporting,
down.
especially
Yeah,
Mama Choppa. She came right
Hold it
in
down.
here
You
and
got the
cussed
crew.
me out, didn't she? From the day? She was wrong too. She was wrong like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I called you ain't answer
Now
never.
you know
I'm like,
women ain't
damn,
never
Mama.
wrong.
I'm like, damn, Mama, I ain't
never
see
wrong.
the
Women ain't never wrong. Even when they wrong, they ain't
wrong.
But
wrong.
You gotta
listen,
take-
she
you
called
gotta
me
take the
right,
L
but
like-
you know me and your mama around the same age, so
She'll
she
take
could be wrong with me. She can't be wrong with you. You dropped out the goddamn. She spit you out. She called me, right? I said, "Ma, ain't no way you called me, Mama. Then you ain't locked in my phone." She said, "Look, boop." She said, "Hey, your phone ringing, nigga. Hold on, wait." She wanted to look and see. I said, "See, Mama, you not locked in. I told you, Mama, ain't no way you called me and I didn't pick up." So now, yeah, she was on. I think she hit me a little body shot or something. I had to show her. Like, but shout out to Mama, man, cause she really be doing her
She
thing
be
out
holding it
here
down.
too. She be holding you down,
Yeah,
man.
man. 1000%.
Yeah,
Pops
and your
too.
pop too.
Pop
you know what I
holding it
mean?
down, yes, sir.
Pop be having a little bit too much fun on stage. You get me? I seen he leaned back. Yo, you already know this $1 million worth of game. This the biggest right here. The biggest
LA.
young in the game.
Yes, sir.
Nle Choppa, rapper, actor, artist, producer, fucking model,
Director.
director,
Most
Clothing
importantly, a
manufacturer.
father.
most importantly,
A father. Clothing manufacturer.
Yeah.
All that.
Designer.
designer.
Designer. Dancer. DJ.
Yeah.
He DJ
Yeah,
too.
he
got
got
the
so
DJ
many. He
on
got
one.
so many on his jacket, man. Shout out to my guy, Nle Choppa, and it's just like, damn.
Right.